brother, this guy stinks.
That's why it's so big. So there's enough to go around.
I get a kick out of that.
That's the only one I got. Oh, good Thursday afternoon to everyone. I hope y'all have had a prosperous day. See, there's a new word y'all not heard me say. So, hey, is it up your way, bushcraft?
It's chilly. Chilly.
Hmm.
And if I had one of those brand new spanking houses that don't breathe or anything, don't have cracks in the walls and stuff like that, it'd probably be nice and warm. But yeah, when the wind blows, I feel it on my back.
Well, now,
where I'm sitting at though, because I believe it or not, there is a wall back here. And it's not a bunker back here.
Well, now down there in the basement, I go down there a lot. And when the wind is blowing rough, it sounds like a horror house. You can hear the wind coming through the windows.
A what house?
A horror house. Let's don't go there tonight.
Well, let's put it a haunted house, okay?
Y'all call it what you want. I call it what I want.
You can better be careful, though. You never know what will show up at a horror house.
They may leave a lot quicker than they entered. But, okay, a haunted house.
There you go.
It ain't haunted yet, to my knowledge, but it may be. That damn thing's about 120 some years old. You know. Yeah. Oh, okay. We have Grace Johnson. We have Chef Kicker, and we have the lovely Miss TJ Preps.
Hey, TJ. Chicken Noodle. Hey, Chicken Noodle. Hope you're doing good.
I'm going to Chicken Noodle's house and eat tonight. You see what she's having?
Yeah. Broccoli. Oh, it moved on me. Broccoli, green onions, red onions, ham, bacon, cheese, butter, and sour cream.
She must be putting that on a baked potato. Oh.
Yeah. How far
today we're going to
come over for dinner?
It depends on what time stamp she's in. I may get there the time I leave here.
Yeah. Yes, putting all that on a baked potato. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You forgot about the jalapeno and bacon. Yeah. Well, there's ham, but I mean, I would put ham and bacon on something.
Why not?
5 p.m. Oh yeah, that's might take a little while to get there.
Oh, I would definitely get there at the time I leave here. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold on. TJ's making meatloaf. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah. Meatloaf is good when it comes out of the oven, but I like it better when the next day when you make a meatloaf sandwich.
You doggone straight on that one.
I don't know what it is, but it can be so good when you have it, and then the next day it's like 10 times better when you have it on a sandwich.
Like a pot of pintos.
Yeah, chili, spaghetti, all that stuff. Like I'll make spaghetti and, I'll have the noodles and the sauce separated. But if there's leftovers, I just put it all together and mix it up and put it in the fridge.
That's
And
it.
you have it the next day and it tastes so much better.
Well, now, if TJ is cooking meatloaf, if she's got mashed potatoes, green beans, and cornbread, all I got to say is, Dixie, you ready to take a little road trip? But
Yeah, why not?
oh, but today we kind of gonna take up where Bushcraft left off on his channel Tuesday. There's a lot to be learned and a lot to be said about the subject we on. How would you survive the shift? I had to pause there because I didn't want to say what shift really meant, but y'all know.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I have to check. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I love how majority of my lives get flagged and then I have to, do the review thing. And it takes them a full week now to actually approve it. What good does that do? Because the revenue that you would get for that whole week, majority of people don't go back and watch lives that have been already watched and stuff.
To me, it sounds like they taking money out of their pocket to do all.
They're not. They're taking it out of my pocket because they still get paid because they still put ads on it, even though they say it's not suitable for ads because whatever subject we were talking about.
I would have to message them saying I didn't want the ads to begin with.
Well, that's the thing. Like certain subjects, I know that I will get in trouble for when we start talking about it.
Right.
And I turn off ads on it on purpose, but they still put ads on the video. Or I'll do something like for holidays or certain military things that come about. I turn the ads off and stuff like that, but they still put it back on there. And I don't get paid at all for those because I turn the ads off, but they still get that. They still get that money. So that's why I say if you're able to get monetized, it's one of those things. They're going to still put ads on your stuff. So why not make a couple cents out of it?
Well, for one thing, I would have to turn it in at the end of the year. And no, I'm going to leave it alone at that. I'll get myself in trouble. And for all y'all women tonight that's cooking, I really truly hope y'all make videos so you can post them. I will probably get full and stuff out of just watching the videos.
Yeah, I seen Grace Johnson's making a batch of sugar cookies.
I saw that.
And the first thing that popped in my head is cookies I made one time is peanut butter cookies, but I actually put bacon in them. Don't ask me why, but dang, this is one of the best cookies I ever made, and I don't remember how I made it. And I tried again the next time, and they didn't turn out.
Well, now, Mama, she made some of the best sugar cookies I've ever eaten. Okay, I mean they were still moist the next day. They didn't snap. They bent.
Yeah.
She gave me the recipe of how she done it. And by God, I made it like that. And I tried. You notice I said try to take a bite out of it. It's like throwing a frisbee.
Well,
Yeah,
see there's a lot of things that could cause that. And you could make have the exact ingredients that your mom had.
yeah.
But those ingredients have changed over the years because they put all this other junk in them.
We'll see.
Like butter. When you buy butter, it should say butter. That's all it is. You know what I mean? But there's so much stuff. It's like butter and preservatives and colors and all kinds of stuff that they put in that stuff.
Well, now, hold on for a minute. Now, Mama made a batch one time, and I think the same week I tried to make a batch. I used the exact same flour, the exact same butter, the whole 9 yards. And I've tried my best to make them and can't do it. So I give up.
Yeah.
Hello, 101.
Go look at just go in a store and find the most simple thing, like salt. Go look at salt. You figure, oh, it just has salt. It's a salt. Go look at the back of it. There's all kinds of stuff in it besides salt. It should just be salt. There shouldn't be anything else in there, but they add stuff to it. And I'm not talking about the
Salt.
yeah, that stuff. Just a regular table salt, name brand salt. You know, the blue container or whatever that one is.
Yeah, Morton's.
Yeah, it has all kinds of other stuff with it. Why do we need all that stuff in there? Because it's just salt. It's not like the salt's going to go bad.
Has salt ever gone bad?
Well, it can if you get it moist or introduce something to it. But like your spices, it should just have your spice on there. If you go and look at it, they put silicone, which is basically, there's two different kinds. There's the wood kind, and there's the chemical kind where they make a like a plastic powder that makes it so your spices don't stick to each other. So when you pour it, it comes out nice. You can't even go in your spices and just say, well, what is this garlic powder? Well, it doesn't say garlic powder. It says garlic powder and this and this and this and this. Just for supposed to be one ingredient.
Well, now you just brought something up, okay? And I've seen a few people do it, not that many. Let's say you got thyme and oregano, okay? You just picked it. How would one go about drying out something like that? Would you put it in a dehydrator, or how would you go about doing it?
Well, herbs, I've depending on what it is.
State what type of herbs we talking about.
Well, any leaf herb, basically, because it grows and usually has a stem. So I gather them all up and I tie a string around it and I'll hang it up somewhere usually in the kitchen. I have shelves that's why I said my kitchen looks like a old witch's place, because it has herbs growing or drying in. And anytime I need something, I can just grab up there and pull it down. I can just sprinkle it into my food. But usually once it dries, I store it in a mason jar.
Okay. Now, see, that's what I'm also wanting to get started in this year. I've never grew herbs. I have no idea. This is all a new field for me. Now, I've seen there is some herbs you can grow inside the house year round.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Long as you have a way to, and I'll say it, give it energy, which is sunlight, but
okay.
you can grow under a grow light and it'll still do the same thing. Keep it watered and keep the bugs out of it, and stuff will keep on growing. Like
Okay.
I've got the hibiscus plants that well, I brought all three in, but one I didn't think it was going to make it because it actually, when the tree fell on top of it, it broke it in half.
Yeah.
And I tried to repair it, but it didn't go. But the other two are still in the house. They're still producing flowers and everything. Not enough for me to get anything off of them, but I just let them grow so they'll next year, well, this year, when I put them out, they should do really good. Should.
Well, now I got to looking up how to grow ginger because, I was wanting to grow some of that. And I found out when I go to the grocery store what type of ginger to look for to grow like that. And something else that shocked me, they said it takes about 10 months to grow ginger. I thought,
yeah, you just like garlic, ginger, turmeric, garlic. You plant it in the fall, winter time because
right,
it and there's ways to trick it. Like I told you with garlic, you can actually stick it in the refrigerator before planting it 3 or 4 like 3 months ahead of time, and it I don't there's scientific word for it or whatever, but it wakes it up when once you take it out and then you plant it starts doing its thing.
well,
And
then right
that's
now,
the best time to for up here, for you would plant it in October-ish time.
okay, so right now will be the bad time to grow it, correct?
Well, you could get away with it. Yours would, and that's the thing, though. I call it recycling growing, because say you plant it now, you go out there and you put it in the ground and harvest it toward the end of the season.
Right.
Some of those you're going to put back in.
Yeah.
That way the next year you'll have another, because if you just leave it in there, it'll continue to grow and grow and grow. It's something that keeps coming back.
Well, now they
Ginger
said,
and turmeric, because it's a root plant.
yeah, like you said, in some of the videos that I've seen, they said you can leave it in the ground all year round and it will come back and regrow. But now I thought, shit, what, 2-3 months tops and you got ginger. I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, it's a slow, and that the seeds that I got, which I'm not sure how I'm going to do these, but they actually take 6 to 8 months to produce, and
How long?
that's pushing it here for me.
Did you
So
say 16 months?
6 to 8 months.
Oh, okay.
And it's a Japanese potato. I'll butcher the name. It's ja something another, but it's just like a potato. You can eat it raw. It's that you can make it taste. You can actually make it into a dessert or a savory, like mashed potatoes or something like that.
Right.
It's real good vitamins and stuff. It's not that as bad as potatoes is in the bad carbs.
Well, what type of spices would you recommend growing inside year round? I mean, now I know there's a lot of spices out there that people use every day. I know turmeric would be one, and ginger another.
You wouldn't grow that inside unless to, unless your house gets really cold because there are seeds and root plants and stuff that you before you plant them you actually have to put them in a freezer or put them in the refrigerator to get them going.
I told you
because,
we need another refrigerator.
because and it all depends. What spices do you use right now when you're cooking?
Okay, now Chef Kicker says basil, parsley, and chives.
Yeah, well, do you use that though?
I used the basil and the chives.
Okay, so yeah, chives is real easy. You can just get a flat little container like this and just sprinkle them all on top of it and put a little dirt on it, and you'll have chives all over the place. And the thing with chives is you cut them and they'll keep on growing. They're like a green onion.
So yeah, I'm not trying to say this to be funny or nothing. So with chives, you kind of cut them with shears like you would cut your grass with a mower.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Damn.
And you just chop them and use your scissors, and you can just put them right there over your baked potato or whatever you put them on.
Man, you don't know what. If you don't have chives on your baked potato, you ain't got a baked potato.
Yeah, but I on the other hand, I like it a different way. I like the garlic chives.
I ain't tried that.
Yeah,
But,
actually, I think I have some.
but now I am going to keep my regular garden, and it seems like every year I try to grow corn. Right as the cobs start sprouting, we get a windstorm and there goes all my stalks. They're gone.
Okay, and I talked about this today. Unless you have fields of it, you don't plant corn in a row. Unless you have like multiple hundreds of them.
Okay.
Because it doesn't get pollinated by bees and stuff and things like that. I mean, birds can do it, but it's less likely that you can do it. But what they say is, depending where your wind comes from, make it go at an angle this way and then that way, almost like a diamond. And you put it in a clumped area. That way, when the wind blows, it pollinates all of them.
Okay, I see where
the pollination goes out like that. If you do it in a straight line, and the wind comes, because I've seen this where people will grow, and the normal you know where your wind comes from majority of the time, depending where you live. Mm-hmm. And I've seen people grow it in a straight line, and the wind always goes this way. The crops on the outside are always smaller, and they hardly have any cobs on them or anything like that. It's because the wind only comes from one direction, so those on the outside pollinate the other ones, but they don't get pollinated because there's no cross. That's why you have to have it in a certain.
Well, now another question on this right here: can you stake corn stalks to keep them from being blowed over.
Well, see, that's the thing I was getting at with the way you plant them. And that's if you have like big crops of it, they're going to be in rows, so that it's more of a windbreaker for the rest of them. But if you only have like one row or two rows, majority of the time they get knocked over with the wind.
Okay.
So that's where you have to create a
barrier.
Yeah, it's you because you can plant them pretty close together. And the thing is, you have to pay attention to the ground, because corn will suck out everything that's in that ground. And if you get into these, I don't know what they call them, but little coves, I'll put it, little coves, and you can plant one here and plant one there, and kind of do it
like you would your squash, planting them on a hill like.
Well, not so much, but you would have one. You would start with one in a corner, and then the next one would be three, and then double it that way and double it that way, and then go back toward a smaller thing, and then say plant something else kind of close to it, and then something else, and then another batch of corn.
Okay. Now, I've been told, and I've not done this yet, but I was told, like, if I plant a stalk of corn right beside of it, plant some type of pole bean that climbs, and that would kind of help sustain it a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. You got to make sure it goes well with that plant, because there's some plants that if you plant next to each other, either one of them will grow. It's because they're bad neighbors, or what?
Like a cucumber and a watermelon.
Companion plants. Like everybody knows that basil goes good with tomatoes. There are a lot of other things that go good with tomatoes too, like chives, onions, garlic, all that stuff you plant together, and it helps protect it from certain bugs and critters.
That one I got to figure out.
Yeah.
Now,
that way, if you're going to plant something, you just do a Google search. What's the best companion plant for whatever you're planting?
Okay. Now, I've been here a good while. Okay. I'm going to say 7-8 years, give or take. I have never used fertilizer or anything like that. And I'm thinking maybe this year I'm going to use fertilizer. And I've always heard 10, 10, 10. And now I'm hearing something like 5, 10, 10 or something like that.
Well, it depends what you're planting. The 10, 10, 10 is kind of for tomatoes.
Okay.
And the thing is with 10, 10, 10, it's very hot.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful not to burn stuff. And I went and bought a 50 pound bag of fertilizer a couple of years ago at Walmart when growing season was over. I bought it for $6, which now is well over that. And I've only used it one time, and and that's the thing. You'll see a lot of people will fertilize every couple times a month or something like that.
Right.
There may not be nothing wrong with that. It depends on your area and what kind of soil you have and stuff like that. But to me, I have 2 rabbits that can produce enough fertilizer
Just two.
for my whole garden and then some.
How big is your garden? I mean, have you got raised beds or is yours in the ground?
All of it's raised beds.
Okay. See, now my picture went out on my TV of us. All I've got is I don't know what's going
come
on.
back up. It went out while ago.
Did it? Huh.
Yeah, we're still live. I can see
Okay.
us on mine.
Okay. Well, now, okay. I just about know how much, but let's say a tomato plant. How much fertilizer would you put in there?
Well, that's the thing. There's certain you have to pay attention to the tomato, and the leaves and all that stuff. You know what blossom rot is?
No, I've not heard of it.
Okay, when you look at the top of your tomato and it has splits in it, there's 2 reasons it does that: lack of calcium, which is blossom rot, or too much water. And if you're not watering it that much and you have those, then it's blossom rot.
Okay. Now, me,
Which means that you're not giving enough calcium. Which calcium is pretty easy. There's ways of doing this, and one way is eggshells. But eggshells take a long time to break down into the soil. So you would want to do this like now in your garden, wherever you were going to do your tomatoes. You would grind them down and then spread them out in your soil and whatnot.
Okay.
The other thing is milk. You can just dump some milk down there. Right on, not on the plants, just like water. You don't water your plants, you water your soil.
Okay. Now, August Mary Moon cow manure, in my opinion, is some of the best fertilizer a person can get a hold to.
Yeah, but you can't. It has to set for like 6 to 8 months because it's too hot.
Now, we got dairy farms down here. I can go get what I want, but the problem is I don't want to put it in the bed of my truck because wherever I wash the bed of my truck out at, it's going to be so thick in grass and ain't going to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I can do it in the neighbor's yard. That'd be good.
What?
Never mind. Look, I'm talking.
Well, I know it's weird, but I've went out in a cow field and picked up cow patties and then put them in the compost for next year. Not because, like I said, horse manure, cow manure is a hot, and the same thing with chicken.
Well, now I'm gonna give you fair warning, real quick. If you come down here in the South, do not get caught in somebody else's pasture.
Well, I mean, I get permission. I don't go on people's property. That's like that video I put out with if things got bad and the shift thing happened, places to go. Because and I had a lot of people say, well, why wouldn't I go to Walmart and get all my food? I'm like, have you not watched the news when they have riots and stuff? What are the first places they go? That's the first places they go. And how do you think it's going to be when people are starving? What's the first place they're going to? They're going to Walmart and Circle K and all those places.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be there when there's other people trying to get stuff, because if they see you have something that they want, they're going to take it.
Now, I'm going to say something that's going to kind of throw off here a little bit. I cannot remember who done it, but somebody in our community here posted a picture of I want to say a bag of chips. It was jalapeno and something else. And they showed the ingredients or what is mixed in there, and it had crickets in there with it.
Yeah.
And there is a warning. If you are allergic to shellfish or something like that, you may not want to eat it, because crickets is also considered shellfish.
Yeah.
So please just make sure you read the ingredients before you buy something. But to get back into where we at, I'm still going to keep up with what I'm doing. You know, I'm still going to grow my outside garden. Cucumbers, not close to the watermelon. Tomatoes, squash. I may end up growing some zucchini this go round.
Yeah. I'm trying a different type of squash. I forget the name of it now, but I ordered some seeds on it and going to try those. So I always like trying something new.
Yeah.
Like, not last year, but the year before, this first time I tried the purple Cherokee tomatoes, and
man, they're good.
They're so good.
Yeah.
And then last year I tried the pineapple tomatoes. And
that's what I'm gonna try.
Ooh, they were real good. So, but I still grew Cherokee tomatoes until, the tree fell on my garden.
Well, now they say Cherokee tomatoes, if you've got high acid reflux or whatever, that Cherokee tomatoes is good, and they got a good taste.
Oh yeah, they're really, really, wouldn't call them a sweet tomato, but they have some sweetness to them.
They good enough. I'll make a mater with the sandwich with.
Oh yeah. and you get and they grow so big that you get them big slices that cover a whole piece of bread.
Now, German Johnson tomatoes used to be like that. I don't know what's happened to them.
Yeah, the seed I sent up to, I can't remember what the name of, but it's the biggest tomato there is. For the secret seed challenge to Bunky on Vineyard Chicks.
Right.
And her tomato was really huge. she said she got huge tomatoes out of it. I
got to get up there to my brother's house and get some seeds to send to Bunky. So do a challenge with her.
Yeah.
But I may be giving it away here. I hope not. But my brother told me the Schofield on that was 2.5 million.
Oh. Well, they probably won't eat it, but their dad will. He likes the spicy peppers. That's what they sent me. Evidently, one was a sweet pepper and one was a hot pepper, but I never did find out because a stupid tray fell on.
Now, can you eat hot spicy foods like that?
Yeah, I can. My son used to, but he steered away from the spicy stuff.
I may send you.
Because he used to, the one chip challenge thing.
Yeah.
That everybody is doing. Well, the same company makes ghost pepper potato chips, and he would eat a whole bag of those.
Darn.
But now he doesn't eat spicy stuff. I mean, if I put a little pepper on stuff, oh, it's spicy. And I'm like, what? You
Well,
ate some spicy stuff, and pepper is too spicy.
Well, now, when me and the wife was dating and when we first got married, we both ate spicy foods like that. And it's got to the point, if I even eat a banana, I've got acid reflux so bad, I swear it feels like I'm going to spit a ball of flame like a dragon.
Well, you're going to hate this, but you drink sweet tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southern style.
Yeah. What I used to get, because I used to drink sweet tea, Milo sweet tea, and a lot of stuff that I ate with it or drank or ate, and then I would get acid reflux. Once I cut out all that, the sweet stuff and tea and pop and stuff, I got a lot less acid reflux now than I did.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And for me to give up sweet tea.
That's why I say you're going to hate to hear it.
I know. But you stand a better chance of me telling me not to breathe than to give up sweet tea.
Yeah.
You'd lose out on both of them because once I pass out, I'm going to start breathing again. So.
Oh, evidently we just took out somebody.
What do you mean?
U.S. military.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah.
Are you serious?
It's over
there,
the bad people over in the sand. I'll put it that way.
Hell,
one of their leaders.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting in another region. But everything is touchy right now on that subject.
Yeah.
But
and that's there's people that I have been sub to for a long time that are getting tired of not getting views and things, and anything that's in their title is about World War III or nuclear this, and I've actually started unsubbing to a lot of those because it's,
to me, I call it SSDD. Same shit, different day. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. The hell with it. That's what it is. It's the same news day after day after day.
And I get called fearmonger because I talk about storing food up in case something bad happens. Oh, you're a fearmonger. You're trying to scare people into getting a bunch of food.
Dude,
no.
If that's the case, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my parents must have been damn fearmongers, or however you pronounce it. We all, somewhere along the line, even the ones crying the loudest, stock up, store up on something.
Yeah.
So
and you try to explain it to them in different terms other than food. So do you have a car? Yeah. Do you have a spare tire in your car? Yeah. Or every time you go out driving, do you expect to get a flat tire? No. But why do you have a spare tire? In case I get a flat tire. There you go. You're a prepper.
Yeah.
No. And they still don't get it.
No. Man,
it blows right by them. Their negativity goes straight past them. All they have is their side, and it doesn't make the difference what you say.
it's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, now I got a saying: before you judge me, look at yourself in the mirror. You're not God and you're not Jesus. You don't have the right to judge me. So back off and shut up.
Yeah, that's our whole life now is being judged by this, and every time you put something out, like
Well,
I put posts out on trying to be positive about certain things, and there'll be people posting, and it always turns to negative. Like, oh, I posted something about everybody's important. Everyone's important or something like that. I forget how I put it, but there are some people that commented and saying it and turned it into negative.
right.
And how do you go from something positive to a negative like that? It just, I don't know. It makes no sense to me. I know there's I have people out there that have to, everything I post on it's negative and wrong, but most of that I'm used to by now.
See, now, Vester Dillon in chat said stack it to the rafters. I personally agree with that, but don't tell nobody, and that way you won't be accused of being a fear monger or, whatever. And I am very high on this right here. Don't tell nobody what you got. If you do, guess what? Y'all gonna be the first ones hit. And
I came across somebody telling their viewers, because if you don't show what you have, then you're not a prepper.
It makes a hell of a lot of sense.
No, if you don't show what you have, you're not a prepper. So
I can kiss my damn ass too.
Either show all your preps, or you're not a prepper.
It's well, to me that sounds like they wanting to know what you got. So if you're close by,
yeah,
guess what?
I mean, I can understand it in a weird way, because there's so many false preppers out there.
Yeah.
And because there are people out there that will claim they do this and do that, and you throw them out in the woods or something, they don't even know how to make a fire.
And wasn't there one using the wrong side of the knife trying to start a fire one time? It seems like it.
It's not very, you can start a fire with the ferrocene on the sharp end, but that just ruins your knife.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Now, I took a old diamond file that was already wore out, and I cut it down to where I made a striker out of mine.
Yeah, that's when I make these fire kits. Let me go ahead and find it here.
See, everybody who is in a community like ours needs, let's say, what you call a fire kit. Got your charred cloth in there, or it don't have to be charred cloth. It can be dryer lint or something like that.
Well, I don't got one in this one, but I saved my hacksaw blades, because I've got whatever I'm cutting or something, and the hacksaw blade goes
Brakes.
or breaks, I save it, and then I cut it down and use it in these little cases as a striker for the ferrocene rod.
I've never seen or heard tell of a hacksaw blade doing that.
It's simple little thing. It's and it does have a gritty part to it. Some of them do. Some of them are worn off, but you can use that part of it for something. But I mean, it's a perfect little striker.
Well, not only that, I would say put a couple of good hacksaw blades in your pack because you never know when you're going to really need one.
Oh, well, yeah, I already have that kind of stuff, but
I hadn't thought about that.
Why go out and buy stuff for a striker when you already have it? You know what I mean?
There is so many things around the house that you can use as a striker.
Yeah,
people don't even know
it, and that's the thing.
It does, Vester. I've done that.
Lori's World she's one of them. One of them, and not to make fun of her or anything, but she didn't know. She got it. And she's like, "How do you make a fire with this thing?" And she's like, "It doesn't work." And if you've never used a ferrocene rod, they have a coating on them. The coating is there so when they're shipped and stuff, they don't create a spark and stuff. So you have to scrape that coating off before you use it because it won't do anything. It'll just go and nothing happens. Once you get through that coating, then you'll start seeing sparks come out of it.
You know what? You just give me an idea. I want to sit here and try to see if it works. I never even thought about that. Ain't that a bitch? I doubt it will work, but no. Car keys won't work as a striker.
You could.
Well, I just tried it.
You have to do it harder. You don't want nothing that has like a coating to it.
Okay. Well, hell, everything I got. I'll have to sit here and try it. This ain't a good time for it.
Yeah.
Wife's hollering at me for something. I don't know what.
I've got them. These are the ones I like right here. And there's nothing wrong with the smaller ones or anything that people have. I mean, there's some real small ones like this.
That's one like I got with my knife.
Those are fine and everything, but this, well, if it didn't have that red thing on there, which is easier to see if you drop it on the ground?
The 6-inch one.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what.
Eventually, I'm going to make a handle for it to where.
What is the inches on that? I know it's a 6-inch. I'm talking about.
That's
what, about half-inch, quarter-inch?
I think it is half-inch. Yeah.
I'll end up making you a handle for it. So, but I know what my wife's hollering about now. You better not be sparking that in the house.
Well, I've done. I think I've done this one. I don't think I have a thing. Yeah, I don't think this one has been done. Because you can see it because the coating comes off of it. Let me see. See, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Now, if I push, cat's freaking out. Now, see, I don't know if you can see the shiny part of that. Mm-hmm. It finally started getting shiny, and there went the spark. Once I get past that coating, you can actually use it. I got to make sure that spark doesn't catch anything on fire.
Well, now I've got a hell of a lot of fuel tablets. I'll put it like that. I'm not going to say how many I got, but it'd probably enough last me a damn good while. And I went out there, I reckon 6 months ago to see if it still works. When I open up the package, biggest part of them is powdered, but that's how old they are. And they
Oh, okay.
still work. They still
Yeah.
work, you know. But I think, and I found out, do not hold one while you lighten it because it won't take long to drop it.
Yeah, especially if it's dried out.
Yeah, it
'Cause
don't take long.
Yeah.
I like to know what Sam heck is wrong with my television. I hate that. There we go. But it's just damn. We jumped from seeds to cucamelons to starting fires.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. Something as simple as a ferrocene rod. Oh, it doesn't work. This one's no good, and it's that just that knowledge that you've never used one before, and you're sitting there striking it, and nothing's coming off of it.
Someone else in our community, I don't know if you remembered it or not. They used peanut butter as a candle.
Oh yeah,
and I do not advise that. I hate to say it.
It's more of the natural peanut butter.
Yeah,
because it has the oil. The other stuff it's got so many preservatives in it.
I think they used Jif or Skippy. It was one of the two. I can't remember, but it's like they had to put it out, and they was having a problem putting it out.
Yeah, well, that's any oil type thing, because that's all it is fat or oil that's making it burn. But I've asked people that were on certain shows and stuff just to see what they'd say. Can you start a fire with a bow drill?
With a bow drill?
And the people who actually can will say yes, but it's the only last resort because it's a pain in the butt, which it is.
Well, now,
and the thing with the bow drill is you got to make sure your pin is a certain type of wood. You got to there's so many things involved in just making a fire, just not just rubbing sticks together and it's a fire. And that's what I hate about a lot of the TV shows and stuff. They just rub sticks together and it starts smoking. It's not that way. And to me, that I could, but there's so many other ways I would want to start a fire other than a bow drill. The bow drill thing is last resort because it's so hard to do. Even in perfect conditions, it's hard to do.
Well, now, question. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not no expert at this. What type of wood would a person really use in a bow drill?
Well, there's two different things you have. You have the bottom board to where you cut a notch out of it, and then you have your spindle one. Right. One has to be hard, one has to be soft.
Does it make any difference which one which is?
And that depends on your area and stuff. what would you have around you and things, and you want to make sure the wood is not wet at all, because that creates, of course, you'll get a lot of smoke out of this thing. It'll look like you're doing a good job, but it won't create an ember. And that's the thing. When you put that notch down on your baseboard, little embers get created and it falls down that little groove, and that's the thing that starts a fire. It's not the friction of the two, it's those little embers that come off of that.
And you got to
From
be
moving
careful.
it back and forth.
Now, do you have to be careful while transferring the embers to, let's say, the wool or bird's nest?
Well, a lot of times people will get so excited they'll be going, and it takes a lot out of you, because it's not something you just do in 30 seconds. You got one. Once you see smoke, you go for another 5-10 minutes.
Damn.
And keep going, and then you have to have everything prepared before you start doing this too. It's not like, oh, I got smoke, oh, let's get a bird's nest together, and then, because you have to have something underneath of it, and that's where, like, if you have a bug out bag or something, you can have those little things underneath that will hold those embers that you can transfer easily. Because once you get done doing this for 15 to 20 minutes, you can your hands be shaking because you're holding this thing down, and you're sitting there grinding away with the bow. And once you transfer that, you have to be very careful, because you are breathing. I've seen a lot of people get it up there, and and woof, there goes their embers. Because they're out of breath. So before you get that going, you have to go and make sure you're blowing your air out away from the embers, and then dump it in there and just barely blow.
Thank God for cordless drills, Ian. But
yeah, I despise, and it's even worse when you hand drill, because if you have hands that have never used a wheelbarrow for 8 hours, or
oh my God,
dug a hole or a trench all day with a shovel, you're going to feel it in your hands. Even if you have really calloused hands and stuff, you will feel it. Imagine doing this as fast as you can for 20 to 30 minutes to get a fire. It's not like they show in the shows where they just go, oh, fire. It's constant. And that's what I like about Les Stroud, the Survivor Man. He will sit there and tell you, and it takes at least 30 minutes, perfect conditions, to start a fire with a bow drill. And he's done it all of his life, and he does it all the time on the shows and stuff. And he'll show sometimes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 2 hours.
You looking at chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I've sat there. I'm gonna get back to the food and stuff. I've sat there and I've seen my daddy grow a bunch of green beans, pole beans, or call it. And the way he dried them out is he would put them on a string, shred them on a string.
And big old needle.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to talk about trouble? Here we go.
Hello. I didn't know
Hello.
it was such an inconvenience for me to come up here.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Assholes. How are
Hey,
you?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm alive.
Oh no. Everything okay?
Eh, yes and no.
Are we
Yeah.
talking work situation?
It depends on which work situation.
The one you get
Grace,
paid.
The one I get paid for it is fine. The one I don't
Okay.
get paid for,
Uh-oh.
eh, not terrible, but not. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna pry.
I'll tell you later.
Grace
Okay.
Johnson. Matches are good. They do go bad after a while because those the wooden matches, but
Yeah.
you can actually make those wooden matches. You can make them waterproof.
What are you talking about?
Wow.
Matches going bad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
matches go bad.
You didn't know that?
Dude, I have matchbooks from the 70s from my
Yeah.
dad when he went in the to Las Vegas when he'd take them from the casinos. They still light.
A lot of them will go bad though.
Yeah. They'll crumble when you go to light them,
Yeah.
and then your finger will be on fire. Because that
No,
shit
you
does.
don't dip them in wax. Well, you can. That's one way of doing it, but
Let me see here.
turpentine. Soak them in turpentine for about 15 minutes. Strain them and lay them out, and then put them in a bottle.
No kidding.
Yeah,
So
they'll
I've
be.
got one here. Holiday Inn, Fort Wayne, Northwest California.
Ah, hell, throw them away.
And that's from
Are they match books or are they stick matches?
their stick matches.
Okay, those will last longer than the
And then I
books.
have
Yeah.
some
You
from
know the old paper ones where you flip it over and
well, I
Yeah.
had those, and
Yeah.
my dad had a whole bunch. Like I'm talking like a case full, not just like a little matchbook, like a whole case full of them from. Damn it, what was the name of the casino? It was one of the ones that closed down.
in Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas. Damn it,
There was a lot of them.
I know.
Pine soap.
Fuck.
Yeah. That's damn good stuff to start a fire with. Pine sap.
Either way, point is, I have matches that are damn old, and it's like I don't understand how they don't.
Oh, it's just like anything else.
He must have taken good care of them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, if you keep it in an airtight little thing sitting on the desk somewhere, it's very doubtful they'll go bad.
No, they were in the cardboard box sitting in the garage.
Or if they're moved around a lot where they're shaken up,
No.
all that stuff will deteriorate eventually.
Yeah, well. Like I said, put one on the tip of your finger and strike it and see what happens.
Yeah, the paper ones, if you split them, you can actually get start two fires off
I've
of it.
tried to split these, and they end up crumbling. But if I do it as a whole match, they don't crumble.
Yeah.
And with stick matches, I push on the match rather than pull.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
You don't do it like the old cowboys did back in the day and go flick it with their fingernail.
I've done that a couple of times.
I used to be able to hold a matchbook, not a book, but the box in between my ring finger and my thumb, and flick it with my middle finger, index finger, and thumb all at the same time. But I ended up rotating the match right into my hand, and I burned a hole into my palm. I'll never do that again. I learned my lesson that day.
Yeah, I think we've all
Don't
learned.
try to be an Italian mobster.
I've done the whole setting the matchbook, the stick kind, and then taking a straw and shoot the match at the striker and try to light the
I ain't
like
never thought about that. I'm gonna have to try that.
things you do when you're bored.
Yeah. Like throwing cards in the cap.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
I've done that many a times. Well, now 101, you going live tonight, correct?
Right.
Okay. Because before we leave out of here tonight, I didn't know whether to plug your channel or not.
Okay. So this is what I used to do with the matches. Let me pull this up. Come on, computer.
Oh,
Let's see what we get. Well, now, I thought I hit add. There we go. Firebox.
Hold on a minute. Okay.
Hey, turn your camera upside down so we can see it. There you go. I like the white matches better.
You can't find those anymore.
I know.
But this is what I used to be able to do here. Come on, get to it. Oh, he didn't do the flick thing. He's doing the dropping. That's not how you're supposed to do it, you dumbass. No, you don't do that.
well, he did it.
You drop the whole book then. You fucking idiot. You hold on to it with your ring finger and your thumb.
Now I got one for you. Have you took the book matches and struck them with one hand?
Do you mean the paper ones?
You mean pinch them
Yeah.
between the fold and then
Yeah.
pull?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
And you can roll it over and then flick it like that.
Yeah. That's the way I done it. I rolled it over and flicked it.
That way it's not pulled off.
I remember one time I tried to light one and, well, it wasn't completely disconnected from the whole book. Well, the whole book went up in my hand.
I have done that.
I dropped the whole damn thing. It was a big ass fireball. Jeff knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. When I first done it, I used to go up underneath the house and smoke cigarettes. And it wasn't a real high clearance.
Why would you smoke underneath the house?
Because I was underage to smoke at the time.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why would you go under the house? Because the smoke goes up.
Well, see, I didn't know that.
What's that smell?
I didn't know that at the time.
How do you not know that smoke? Fucking hell.
You can
Hey,
watch
look,
it.
I was 9 years old. Damn, come on.
I see.
You just go in there and steal some mama's cigarettes and go up underneath the house, and that's where I had them hid. And Daddy finally told me, he said, every time you go in the house, smoke a cigarette, we can smell it. And
you thought you were slick.
Yeah, I did. And then I started getting on top of the shed, smoking. That way I could tell when Mama or Daddy want to come in the room, I can hide the cigarette. They couldn't see me.
Oh, again, forgetting about the smell and the smoke.
Yeah. Well, I was on top of the building outside, but they could smell it on me when I come back in.
It's like,
So,
damn it, Jeff, you've been smoking again. Jeffrey,
Well,
I'm
now-
gonna kick your ass.
what was it? I was either 15 or 16. Me and Daddy, we had a bad argument. And it just flat out came down to me telling that them days wasn't too many. I told my daddy I could either smoke with his permission or I could smoke behind his back. And I told him I'm going to do one of the two. And seriously, I am highly surprised my daddy did not backhand me. And this day and time, I wish he had of.
Well, here's how I see it. If I ever had a kid that I'd caught smoking, first off, don't bring that shit in my house. 2, if you're gonna do that, you face the consequences later. If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. But don't come to me for anything to support you.
Well, see, now back in my day, we didn't know about the consequences like we do today. Okay. Neither one of my youngins smoked, thank God. And I
Dude, I don't know how
but
people smoke.
I really do wish now that Daddy would have tore my ass up more for smoking.
Dude, smoking is so expensive too.
Only one of my kids that smokes is the one that's in the army.
Well, I think that can be excused.
Yeah, and that's it. It happened when he was deployed to Syria. So
Usually, if you go in not smoking, you come out smoking.
yeah, he didn't smoke when he went in.
Well,
right?
I'm like,
And he still tries to hide it. And I know when somebody smokes. I was a smoker, so I know.
it's also like this too, and I found out the hard way. When I come out of the hospital, I quit smoking for about 2 weeks. Now my daddy smoked like a freight train. He really did.
Choo choo.
Yeah, getting out of the car, coming up on the porch, I could smell the cigarette smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You smell
Especially
it
the
before you see
cheap
them.
ones.
Yeah.
The cheap cigarettes, oh, they smell so bad.
Dude.
Well, now I went to rolling my own cigarettes. Okay, a big pack of tobacco and 2 tubes, is about $30. Now, you go to the store and you buy a pack of cigarettes. What I get is about $7 a pack. 2 packs is 14.
You're better off rolling your own.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Because before I quit smoking, but before I went into the hospital, I was up to about 3.5 packs a day.
And not only are you able to roll your own, but you know what you put in it.
Well,
to an extent.
Yeah. Now these, they still got
unless you grow it, you don't know what's in it.
Well, that's a different story. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Better quality. You can take the measures to make sure it's a good cigarette.
Yeah.
Like if Jeff wants it, packed extra tight or a little bit more tobacco in certain kinds or whatever, he can do that. It's like reloading a bullet.
Well, that's true. But I also found out if you roll it tight, you can't smoke it.
Well, there's tight and then there's too tight. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
In other words, if you want an extra or 2 of tobacco in there, you can put that in there. It's not a set amount.
Okay, you're right. Now me, I'll sit down here and I'll roll about 3 packs at a time. That'll last me damn near a week.
Well, that's not that bad, Jeff.
No, I'm less than a pack a day.
I've seen people at my work smoke a whole
Chain smoking.
like yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I'll go out, like, for instance, ironically, not to name drop or anything, but my supervisor's name's Jeff, and I'll I'll pull up in the morning, no cigarettes whatsoever next to my truck because that's where he parks, and he parks next to me, and he goes out to his car and smokes. Well, I come out after the day is done. There's fucking 10, 20 cigarette butts next to my truck by the end of the day. I'm like,
Damn, Vester. He said Australia cigarettes was $52 a pack.
50? Holy mother.
I quit. I definitely quit. I'd go cold ass turkey on that one.
Dude. That's fucking nuts.
Oh, let me say something right quick. I don't mean to interrupt, but I do have to say this. If anyone is on quick cards, okay, Illinois and Kentucky is doing this. You are not allowed to buy chicken, no meat.
No, that's not WIC. That's the food
Snap.
stamp card.
Yeah, SNAP.
Yeah, WIC is different than that.
Okay. They're
Before because I know what you're going to say there, and it's you have to continue reading the rest of it because it's certain types, certain amounts. Like they're saying you can't buy meat. This is in
you can't buy a chicken, hamburger.
Indiana and Illinois are trying to do this, but if you keep reading, it's the people that go out and buy these real expensive cuts of meat that's like $80, like that. They're talking about, but you can go buy a hamburger and whatnot.
Now they're talking about knocking out the hamburger and the chicken too. The only type of meats you can buy would be canned meats. Now I've heard you say that on CNN and Fox News.
Spam anyone?
Not unless it's life or death situation.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you're reduced to the canned stuff, you might as well go for the highest quality you can get. Just saying.
I wonder if canned smoked oysters, you can buy them. Because I can eat that all day long.
Huh.
It don't taste like sardines. I'm sorry. I can't eat sardines.
You'd be surprised what you eat when you're hungry.
No, I'm not. Because I have been in that situation.
Yeah.
And you are right. Because you will eat what you have to.
Yeah, I've actually ate canned dog food, which nowadays is really bad for you because they put bone meal and stuff in there, which is bad for your intestines.
What's almost $5 a can?
Yeah, I know. And it's not because of the stuff that's in it; it's because of the cans are so expensive now.
No, Reuben D said almost $5 a can.
I think
so. I'm taking for granted $5 a can.
I think he's talking spam.
Spam, yeah, spam is expensive.
Yeah,
that's
God.
And it's mainly fat anymore.
Hell, last time I bought a can of spam, it was $1 and something.
$1? What the fuck? Where the
What?
fuck?
What? Like I said, that's how long it's been since I've ate spam. And
you ate spam when they had that little key that you pulled off the bottom and turned it.
Turnkey.
Yeah.
Now, these don't have turnkey.
Nowadays, they got a pull tab.
Yeah. And the damn pull tabs, the holes on them things, I can't get my fingers through them to pull.
And then if you do, it hurts.
Yeah. I have to get a pair of pliers to open them up.
Yep.
Well, I'm thinking about doing this recipe that was spam and what they used to do back in Depression days when the soldiers came back from the war and stuff. Not so much Depression, but afterwards. And it's to do with spam. you would bread it and stuff, and like a beer batter, and then deep fry it.
Yeah.
Now,
Nothing wrong with that.
damn, Avon calling again.
But I won't use Spam. I'll use Treat or something.
What,
Which I do. I do have still a thing of Spam. I guess I got to
what, in your opinion, what's better
eat
about
it.
Treat?
Less fat.
But
Yeah, I'll give
what
them
else?
that.
What is the filler in Treat? You know what I mean? Like, are they
It's
just because
well,
it's
the
less
thing.
fat doesn't mean it's more meat?
Treat is what Spam used to be.
Yeah. Spam is they put more fat in there than they used to.
The only
Now
way
I already know that it's the pork that they use in it is bits and pieces of leftover stuff that you don't
Oh, it's always been
get
that,
at the
hasn't it?
supermarket. Huh?
It's always been that, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then why are we
It's
surprised?
mostly the scraps. Because you can make your own.
Right.
And it's made the same way, but they put so much fat in there for its filler and stuff. And
the only way I could eat either one is fried, and it damn near has to have a little bit of crust on it.
yeah, crispy.
Yeah, not like frying up bologna though.
Oh,
And be careful about eating bologna because it ain't all bologna no more.
well, best way to get bologna is get the tubes and get
Yep.
a nice thick piece.
Yep.
You could smoke a whole thing like that. Oh, smoked fried bologna sandwiches are so good. Oh,
Silver bee. That's a good question for bushcraft.
probably. I wouldn't doubt it. It's got so much fat in there.
Stick
I
a
forget what
candle
that
in
the slimy stuff is called.
the slimy stuff.
Dang it. It's actually the things that are that actually preserves it. I can't remember what the name of it is.
Sniffer says crispy cream donuts, yum. You're damn right compared to spam. But now, you talking about your tube bologna? Oh God, yes, that tastes better than your sliced bologna.
Yeah.
And guaranteed that bologna is like a piece of tomato. You're gonna have some hanging off the edge of your bread there.
Fry it in bacon grease. Ooh.
Wildlife, I'm sorry. I've tried souse meat. I've tried it straight, and I've tried it with soaked in vinegar. I didn't like neither damn one of them.
Yeah, that's what it is. But there's a scientific or special word they use for it. I can't remember what it is. The gelatin. Yeah, in spam, that little jelly stuff that's in there. I forget what it's called.
That makes that sound when it comes out.
Please don't do that. I thought we were done with the whole.
He has still memories of it, that girl slurping up that egg.
Oh,
Again,
God.
can we not, please?
Well, I reckon it's better than Bob. Damn. And there it went. I was wondering how long it would take bushcraft. Bob is short for battery operated boyfriend. So, let's get off of that real quick. Now,
you hear about the people that were bused to New York from Texas? You know the kind of people I'm talking about.
No, I have not.
Well, I guess Texas is getting blamed for this. The people that were bused up to New York, 4 of them just got arrested for taking or stealing $12,000 worth of merchandise from Macy's.
Now,
Texas is getting the blame because
they shipped them up there.
yeah, not because they were bad people, but it's Texas' fault.
Well, damn, let them steal from up there. The quality is much better. I know.
But the thing is, it's not that the people that were shipped up there were bad. It's Texas's fault for shipping them up there.
Now, I saw a headline.
We overlooked the whole process of this.
Well, what the hell? If they done that up there, what the hell you think they doing down here?
Wherever Biden flies them to. Oh, they're good people. Which some of them might be, but as you've seen, there a lot are not.
Now, I did see a headline where it said certain type of people got caught shoplifting, in Macy's, but I never did read it.
Yeah, that's probably what they stole 12,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell, that's more than stealing from Walmart.
Oh no, Walmart loses a lot of money. It's because they're too cheap to hire somebody to check people out.
Oh hell, not only that, there's a bunch of states that quit bagging and people are stealing the carts. Throwing the whole cart of food in the trunk of the car.
They've been stealing carts for decades, Jeff.
Not like this. Not like this.
They're not concerned with the carts, dude.
What I hate worse than any damn thing in the world is to grab a cart and you start going down the aisle and you hear squeak, 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 or wobble, wobble, wobble.
Yeah.
I'll turn that son of a bitch around and go get me another one.
Nowadays, they're all like that.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know why they're that way, though, don't you? It's because people are too lazy to put the carts back, and people run them over. Because once somebody backs into those and slides that wheel against the concrete or asphalt or whatever it is there, it makes an indentation. So that's where you get that.
Now, I got cussed out in the parking lot because there was a woman and she unloaded her buggy and put it right in front of my vehicle. Evidently, she didn't look and see that I was in there. And I got out of my vehicle, grabbed the buggy, and pushed it behind hers. She got out and looked at me, and I said a few words, and she said a few more back. But she ended up taking the buggy back to where she got it from. And let me tell you something else. I will not say the name of the town here in North Carolina, but my son-in-law is kind of like in charge of all the mechanics of where he works. And Snap-on come in today, and he left his truck to go talk to mechanics and everything. While he was in there talking to the mechanics, a crackhead tried to steal the Snap-on truck. And the Snap-on driver and my son-in-law pulled the guy out, turned around and hit my son-in-law, and it was on. The cops come up there and everything, and now they're going to try to get that crackhead for how is that? Attempted kidnapping, because he tried to kidnap the Snap-on dealer.
Just saying.
Okay.
This is just sounds like a normal day in Detroit.
Well, it is where he's at too.
Oh, back in.
All right. But I mean, I've worked in that town. And the job I had to do, I was in pest control. Okay. And I turned up and went up a road. I don't know if the guy was on crack, LSD, or what the hell he was, but I was looking for a house. The guy jumped on the hood of my truck and started jumping up and down. I put the son of a bitch in reverse and backed all the way down that road. Dude, I got to a phone and I called him up and told him I will not be coming up there, and told him what happened. And she told me who it was. It was her neighbor. And I said, no, you can get somebody else to do that shit.
I can see.
And oh, hell yeah, he hit hard too.
He fell on his back, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit hard. But in this little town, the elementary school has got a barbed wire all the way around it, and at the top, it's got concertina wire on top of it, and it's facing the opposite way to keep people out.
You would think that it's a prison.
Exactly. They don't want the wrong people coming in. Okay. And that was years before 2019 happened.
It's pretty bad when we got to surround our schools with razor wire.
Yeah. And I can tell people who is from that area. When I first told my wife about that school, she thought I was kidding. And a few years later, there was another person from that area, and I said, what's the name of that school that's got the concertina wire around it? And he told me what street it was on. And my wife said, I thought you was kidding. I said, no, I'm not.
Fucking idiots.
Now, you know that's bad, like you said, when a damn elementary school has got concertina wire around it. And I bet
What's the difference between barbed wire and concertina wire?
Concertina wire's got razors on it.
Oh, I just call
razor wire.
I call it.
Yeah.
I just call it razor wire.
Yeah.
Well, but
that's the extra sharp shit.
And is it? Well, there's a difference between barbed wire, which direction it's going. If it's
this was pointed toward the streets.
I thought concertina wire was like the whole thing is a razor. It's a thin strip of metal, not just a
It's got razor
wire with barbs on it, but rather it's
concertina wire
like
is
a slinky, but it's sharp.
Yeah, but it's got razors built in it.
Right.
Yeah. Damn, can you imagine uncoiling one of them things? And
dude, they gotta have special gloves for that shit.
No shit. I'd hate to be.
Can you imagine if like you're installing that shit and one of the brackets goes loose and like does a total like retraction and slinky your ass and well fuck, now you're all caught up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Now I've got tangled up in barbed wire, and I've got marks all over my body on account of that. A damn horse threw my ass in it. Let me tell you, after I got healed up, that horse saw stars. And I'll put it to you like that. It wasn't a horse, it was a damn Shetland pony. That's what it was. And come to find out, they the meanest damn ones on earth. They do shit just to do it. That damn pony stood on my mama's foot hard enough that it didn't crush it, but she couldn't move. And he would stand there and laugh at her.
How is it? How's it go? Yankee Doodle rode in on a pony or some shit.
No, Yankee Doodle went to London riding on a chicken, stuck his finger up his and called it finger licking.
Close enough.
I know y'all don't want
Jeff's going to get a copyright for singing.
let them copyright. How they gonna copyright that when that's a made up song?
Somebody made it.
Bruh.
Well, I guarantee you the guy that made it's probably dead by now.
Aren't all songs made up? Just
Oh,
saying.
let it,
It's called creativity, Jeff.
on top of old Sophie, all covered with sweat. I used up now, I'm in debt.
Oh.
Got a boy come in.
I got a good one for you.
All right.
Hold on a minute.
Jeff, did you see about the Eden fire destroys former spray cotton mill?
Yeah, I saw that.
Lisa
And
wanted to know.
I lived in Reidsville, which ain't too far from Eden. And that's a small town. It really is. You know.
Here you go.
It's like,
Jeff.
okay. Where's that? Did he get cut? Oh, here we go.
No.
Oh, really? Okay, hold on.
Ready?
Go for it.
Esteban, mucho tension lower. A little lower. Lower. Lower.
That's killing.
Lower on top of
Fucking Family Guy.
Damn. I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it was an old one.
Trying to think the name of the group that sung it, but you don't hear that much of it. One of the lyrics is it goes, I got a woman 9 foot long, sleeps in the tub with her feet in the hall, singing the bathtub blues. And I thought the guy I run with made that up until I heard that in a song, about 10 years ago.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm next. So, damn, I didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah. Here, I was going to post something backstage for you guys. This is something I'm trying to figure out ways to make a video on because I've actually got proof of this, but it's about the eggs. Don't say anything because it's certain words in there you can't say anyway. I'll just put it this way, that the egg shortage is caused not just because of the bird flu. There's something else.
Now, when we get backstage, you're going to have to tell me what the capitalized letters are.
Oh,
Before before the name?
Yeah, I can't say it.
Yeah, like I said, when we get backstage.
You can almost world. E is for where your lights come from,
Oh,
and F is usually what ends it.
huh. Oh well.
But yeah, that's the hard part about being a YouTuber, and stuff, but you can't tell anybody, because
Well, see, that's
some of
what
the
they.
stuff you talk about this, YouTube would freak out right now.
See, that's
So
what they wanting to do to begin with. They wanting to keep us from telling one another how to do stuff.
well, look at it this way. What happens to chickens if there's no eggs?
Can I say that on here?
Well, it's
I
if
fry
there's no
their
egg.
ass up.
I mean, that's the thing. What came first, the egg or the chicken? But if there's no eggs, eventually there's going to be no chickens.
Yeah, because
Sure as gnats, though.
And this is where we go ahead.
The chickens has to fertilize the eggs in order for them to hatch.
This is where we have the great old question answered. What came before, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, that's what.
Well, now I saw a chicken and an egg laying in bed, and the chicken said, "Well, I guess that answered that question."
Grace, I thought I seen something from Off the Wall Prepper this morning.
Chicken fed.
Said Off the Wall Prepper quit YouTube last night.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd seen something this morning she posted.
I've not seen him so long.
Him.
Him. Ain't that what I said?
Yeah.
Is it a him? All right. That sounds like a challenge.
Sorry.
He's trying to catch up to you, Jeff.
Dude, you got quite a few years to go. Now, I want to see you make that sound from a southbound end. Then you're good.
What? Why are you wanting to hear this?
I'm not. I'm just saying, when you can make that sound in the caboose area, then you can say, I might be as good as me.
Oh. Oh, dear.
But just remember, wooden chairs are the best. When you can make one of them rumble, then you're good. I've got kicked out of class so damn nuts.
Why do my streams and your streams always degrade into this shit?
But you say I didn't bring this up in my
Neither
stream.
did I. I just heard.
Did you see what I put in private? Don't say anything though.
Yes, I did. And that's what I was reading earlier. I was like,
yeah.
what the hell?
The sniffer.
And that's the problem I've been holding on to for over a week now, trying to figure out how to spin it to where I don't get in trouble.
Okay. Let me say this right here. This is my stream. And I hope neither one of y'all get in trouble for what I'm fixing to say.
We can, Jeff.
Can you?
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch?
There's been people on other people's lives that said something about the platform we're using, and they actually got strikes for it.
Fuck you two.
Damn.
Oh, we're all screwed now.
Well, I'd have to see it in the back room.
Or they talk about them in a like going on to another channel and say, well, I got a strike for doing this and it wasn't fair and I did this, and the person they were on actually got a strike for having them on there talking about it.
That's happened to me.
Damn.
Me and Lake would do that. Remember, I'd go up on Lakes and then she'd get a strike shortly after that. Fuckers.
Well, you know the Democrats, because we can't say what we want to. They are. There ain't no.
What happened to the fucking Constitution is what I don't get.
It's just not Democrats. It's the people that are up. They can be whatever they want to be. Just calling it one thing or another.
Well, when I say that's Democrat, hell, you know, it could be liberals, it could be Republican. In other words, there's a bunch of assholes in there.
It's woke ideology.
Oh, yeah, okay. A bunch of assholes is what I'm thinking.
Oh, did you guys see Chuck's video?
No.
Chuck who?
Short?
Oh, yeah.
Did he do it?
He went into Dollar Tree or something.
Can someone drop the link to that?
It's just a short. He asked if he's got. They had those M&Ms with the pink and purple.
Oh.
Something other, and he says if you keep them back too long, they eat themselves.
Oh.
The woman lost it. She had to hide her face.
What, laughter?
Yes.
I gotta see this. Someone find me the link, please.
I'm surprised Shift Kicker hasn't already got it up there.
I don't have Chuck's channel. I gotta see this.
I don't know how to email it to you, but he sent it to me right after he did it.
Okay, I gotta hear this one. Hold on a minute.
You can.
Can y'all
play it, Jeff?
If I had it, I don't know how to do it.
Okay, hold on a minute, Jeff. Let me share it, and then you can.
Yeah, I was going to say let 101 do it.
Hold on.
Since he's already watching,
there you
got the link.
Now keep your eye on the lady. Okay, go ahead.
All right, I gotta hear this.
You have any of those trans M&Ms? They come out with the purple and pink ones. I heard that they eat each other when you pour them out of the bag. Well, you don't know what.
See.
Oh, Chuck. Oh, God. I'm sending this to everybody at work right now.
Oh, Lord. That was pretty good, though. I laughed.
Oh, my God. Chuck, I got to hear that shit again.
Transgender M&Ms. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, I figured he had more views than that.
Oh my God! You know it's gonna go ballistic in terms of views after. After I get a hold of it. Oh, this is.
If anybody can copy this link, go ahead. I'm gonna put it back up our 101. Hold on. Can you start it over?
Yeah.
All right. Wait a minute.
Here.
Okay.
All right. Tell me when to hit the play button.
Yeah, if y'all can copy it, copy it. Go ahead, hit play.
Do you have any of those trans M&Ms? They come out with the purple and pink ones. I heard that they eat each other when you pour them out of the bag. Well, you don't know what to say about it.
Oh my God, Chuck, you're badass.
You ain't got nothing to say about it.
Oh my God, Chuck. Chuck needs a medal, bro.
So he sounds about like I did a few years ago. I've calmed down a hell of a lot. Purple nut eater. That's what sniffer
Oh,
bugs.
that didn't sound right. Damn it, Sniffer.
Here we go. We end in my channel with stuff like this, and we'll take it up on your channel when we get there.
Okie dokie.
But it is about 4 minutes till, and there's a few things I got to do before I go over to yours. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it. I'm going to end it here.
What are you going to call it?
No, I can't call it that. I think, okay. So, everybody have a good evening. Catch us over on 101 tonight at 10 minutes after 9. Now?
Now.
Yeah, he's probably live right now.
He probably is.
You can be live on 2 different StreamYards at the same time.
Yes, I know. And I'm not.
I did that with Trust made a live, and I was on yours and his at the same time.
Damn. All right. Everybody have a good evening. Asshole. Bear Truth out.